It doesn't matter where you're from in this country. When someone sees a picture of the Pysanka, they always think of Vegreville. They may have never been here, but it's always on their to-do list if they're going to be in Western Canada.
My name is JC, and I guess I'm called the travel ambassador. Usually the question is it for Ukrainians? Like, it's just, everyone thinks it's just for Ukrainians. Misconception, it's not really.
It really was built to represent the multiculturalism of the area and also pay tribute to the 100th anniversary of the RCMP in Canada.
Well, I was president of the Chamber of Commerce in 1972, and I was the one that did the application for the funding. At that time, the difficulty of constructing an egg with 3,000 different pieces, there was no other project like it in the world, literally.
The word Pysanka comes from the word pisate, which means to write. And that's part of the whole meaning behind the writing of a message on the egg. My dad was one of the first graphic artists for the Alberta provincial government and became involved in a project celebrating the anniversary of the RCMP in Canada. And it was his idea to create a huge Pysanka as a monument in Vegreville. Some people have asked my dad, are you the hen that laid the egg?
One of the really neat guys in the government was Paul Cymbaluk. And he was in the group that looked after a lot of government exhibits and material for trade shows and all the rest. Paul was really brilliant because it had to be a big structure, and it had to embody the symbols respecting Ukrainian artistic heritage, and then it had to fit on the shape of all these pieces of aluminum.
So, having been in high school when the concept of the egg began, I sort of had a front row seat to all the excitement. The wolf's teeth that are in the egg represent the security and peace that the RCMP brought with them for us. The stars represent eternity. Then there are some triangle designs that are kind of stacked, and those represent the church and its stability in our lives.
Dad chose those colors because silver, dark brown, and gold. So from a distance, you've got that earthiness, the connection to the earth. So you've got, again, a historic, multi-layered connection to the colors and the motifs that are on there.
Problem was, how do you shape and build a large egg structure? Because the egg sort of changes its dimensions as it, goes up the curve.
Which meant working with engineers at MIT to come up with the formula for an egg. And one very specific person was Dr. Ron Resch. When you hear about the egg having scientific firsts, one of those firsts is that it's the first object that was ever turned on a computer screen.
The egg is not painted. It's an anodized metallurgical coating, and looks as good as, when it was first opened.
A lot of people don't even know that it moves because the wind would blow it over. So it's like a big weather vane. It sets on a great big bearing, and so when the wind blows, it moves. And it's funny sometimes how fast it can get going in a big wind.
Our promotion has always been the egg. We sell a lot of the decorated eggs. And then, of course, the famous fridge magnets, because every home should have a fridge magnet on it.
I love watching people post pictures. We started a hashtag last year, I picked up the Pysanka. And so when you come and you make that iconic, hold up the Pysanka, and people from all over the world share this.
Vegreville always looked ahead and built for the future. And the eggs just followed suit. It was something that has continued to bring people here and bring people together. And that's so important.
In Vegreville, Alberta, there's a giant Pysanka. It's the biggest Easter egg that anybody ever saw. The question folks up there won't answer even if you beg. Where the heck's the chicken that laid that giant egg? Giants of the prairies rising in the sky. Giants of the prairies designed to catch your eye. They may not be the sort of thing you fancy or you dig, but one look at it and you'll admit that thing is really big.